So everything is set up. After I saute the pork a little bit, this is going into the pan, and then the wine and the fresh chicken stock. If you can't make your own, buy a good liquid one. So we got to season this. Put some pepper, and these are two 8-ounce pork chops. And I go, since I'm using flour, and the flour is going to help me thicken the juices, the more flour I have, the easier it's going to be, because the onions are going to give off water, and so are the mushrooms. So therefore I cut each one in half, giving me more flour in the pan. So we'll put some pepper. I gotta go easy, she doesn't like too much. And then some salt. So you have to season both sides, not just one side. But I went easy on the pepper. Okay, now the pan is getting warm. So while that's heating, I used olive oil and butter so the butter doesn't brown as easy. You know, I don't want it too brown. So we're going to dust the pork in flour. And as soon as the pan is ready, which will be in a minute, then we're going to saute this. Not too fast. And there you go. That's all set. I just cleaned the stove, now I'm messing it up again. But that's what happens when you do a lot of cooking. Use a thick bottom pan. Don't use anything like tin. And we will start now. I'm not looking really to brown. That, we're not finished cooking it in there, because after the pork comes out, we're going to add the vegetables. After the vegetables cook for a few minutes, we're going to add the wine, deglaze it, add the stock. Then if everything looks right, we'll put the pork back in. So this, I'm just going to time it to let you know, but I'm going to shut the film off now because nobody wants to watch it. A dead pig sauteing. So I'll give it 10 minutes and we'll see how much time it really takes. It's been 2 minutes. I just want you to hear the sound. Not sauteing very fast. Never forget that the faster you cook a piece of meat, the more it shrinks. So, let's just look at it. This is after 2 minutes. Like I said, I'm not looking for color. I'm just trying to cook it a little bit. And you know what? That's enough. Because it's going to be cooking a few more minutes in the sauce later. So this will be another 3 minutes, and that only comes out to about 6 minutes, like this. This has taken 5 minutes, and that's it. You don't want to overcook the pork at this point. Tell my dog to shut up. Now we'll put the vegetables. In we go with the veggies now. And you know the aroma. What smells better than anything that's cooking in butter. I don't care if it's sweet butter, salted butter. So I haven't fanned the flame. That's the flame that the pork was cooking on. You get an idea. Now, you have to season this. Why? Because if you don't season this, it's going to draw the flavor out of other things in there, and you don't want that. Everything has to have its own seasoning. So, oops, I used the wrong pepper. Somebody's going to yell at me. That's life. And then some salt. Who cares what kind of salt you use? First they say use this salt, that salt. Now they say salt is salt. So I don't know. It can make you crazy. I was going to put apples in here also, but you know what? There's a million things you can do. But I think I'm going to add one other item to that, just for color. I already have the color in there, the red. I was going to put dried cranberries in there. Crazies. But you know what? That could be another recipe all by itself. And you notice I didn't chop up the garlic, mince it up. I just cut them in half. These are big cloves because I like chewing on garlic. Cooking nice. Nice. So, sorry for the noise, but what are you supposed to do with this when you have something stuck on there? You're not making a video in your house, and you do it all the time. People complain about the noise. I can't help it. That's how we cook. Now, I'm going to add the wine. Let that cook for a minute. Mateus. Used quite often years ago. It has somewhat of a fruity quality, and it should work well with the pork. Because you like to put sweet with the pork, like applesauce, whatever. And that's cooking. I'm going to leave the film going. This might be a little long, but it's worth it. Especially the part when you cook, when you put the pork back in there and you watch all this liquid start to thicken. You don't have to cook this to hell. So now we're going to add the chicken broth. This happens to be Kirkland's, and I used to use, if I didn't make my own, I used to use the College Inn brand. And since I go to Costco, we tried this. This is pretty damn good. That was the 10-minute bell for the pork. But remember, I only cooked them for 6 minutes. So now, we're going to put the pork back in and allow this stuff to cook together. And hopefully this is going to thicken the way I want it to. If not, we'll figure something out. Just turn that flame up a little. Matter of fact, a lot. Like so. Because we're going to want to keep that in there for an hour. My rice for dinner is working well. Brown rice. She's going to have a sweet potato. And then I'll cook them some fresh green beans. Plain. I eat the green beans plain. She puts butter. You can put whatever you want. So this is going good. I'm leaving the film running so we can watch what happens. If you're not familiar with cooking, then watch this. I'm sure there's people out there looking at the videos. I'm going to go and kill my dog. That was like he's in another room looking out the window and barking at people walking by with their dogs, or barking at the mailman, whatever. So we're getting the flour to do what it's supposed to do, and we'll turn this over and get the flour that on this side. Whoops. Yeah, the faster this reduces, the better it's going to be. We don't need a hell of a lot of sauce or topping to go over the pork. And the other reason why I cut it in half, presentation. You have two pieces going on the plate, one overlapping the other. Looks better than just one chunk. Now what we do is feel the pork. When it's firm, it's ready to come out. And then we'll finish reducing the sauce. That's all you have to do. Pork has to feel firm. Like this piece over here, if you can see, I'm pressing and it's not going in. This one, going in. Because why? First of all, it's probably the thinnest one. Notice. And it's hot. I have a long one of these, so why don't I use it? I don't know. It's hiding someplace. And the pork, of course, you know, can be a little pink. It doesn't have to be white. So what I'm going to do now is take out the pieces that are ready. Because when it's time for dinner, I'm just going to put them back in on top of the reduced sauce just before I serve. See how firm this piece is? You can't see it, but I'm telling you. Maybe you can see it like this. Notice, pushing. This one. Now this piece was like at the end cut, so it's a little thicker right there. This piece, ready. Now I'm going to lower it. Why? Because this did what I expected it to do. Take this out. Wait till later. Now we'll take a spoon and look at what's there. That came out perfect. See how it's reduced? And the sauce that's in there, how it coats the spoon. Look at that. Now you know, after this sits on a plate for a minute or two, it's going to thicken up. So you don't want this to cook at all anymore. The only thing I'm going to do is taste it. because this has to have its own flavor. I laugh when things taste good. I like that. It's pleasant. Nothing overpowering. Not spicy hot. And those baby bellas and the garlic. What a time they had in there working together. Anyway, I'll show you what the plate looks like later after I heat it up. Okay, let's finish this up. Presentation. Pork. Piece like that, piece like that. I'm having brown rice. Put the brown rice right there. I'm going to put the ladle over the wow. Let's get a close-up. How nice is that?